Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's good to see you up there. Congratulations. Mr. Hanners, the Clean Water Act was enacted to restore the integrity of our nation's waters. However, in recent years, it's been weaponized mostly by environmental zealots with a political agenda that goes far beyond the primary purpose of protecting water. Do you agree that the Clean Water Act is strayed from its original intent?
I can speak to our what we've gone through at our West Virginia mill project. I appreciate the question, Congressman. We started off with an understanding of the Corps of Engineers that we needed a certain scope was going to be included in the permitting for this project. So what happened in this situation, and we've encountered in other projects of this size and scope as we navigate the 404 process, is the scope that was initially explained to us and that we entered into changed dramatically as we got further into the project. So very frequently throughout the process, we have other entities that are involved in doing a study, whether that's on artifacts we may come across, whether that's on wetlands, and each of those different interfaces with the permit causes examples of, I can give you examples of very long delays related to each of those different directions of the permit. So for our West Virginia permit, for example, or our West Virginia project, for example, we incurred hundreds of millions of dollars in additional loss attributed to the extenuation of this permitting process. So it's an example of us, we need certainty, stability, and consistency in the process. If we know what to expect when we enter the process, and we understand that the process is going to be timely, and we understand how to navigate the process, we are fully on board with navigating a process that both provides us the opportunity to get a project of that scope permitted, and also protects the environment.
How would you like to see that? Would you prefer to have it streamlined so that all of those entities that might be affected are asking for that research to be done concurrently? Or what ideas are there to streamline that process?
The states know best about their water resources, and our interactions at the state level have been very good. They're responsive, they're knowledgeable. If there is a question about how to navigate something, we get a quick resolution on what steps we should take. So we believe that we should get that process to the state level, and also keep the states focused on their statutory duty to prioritize water quality as they navigate the process.
I know in my own state of Missouri, I would agree with you. Our state, the Department of Natural Resources, does a better job than the EPA. However, our state and probably many states have an arrangement in place where they are required to enforce whatever the EPA has issued. So we had a lot of issues, for example, when it came to trichloroethylene being in our water supplies. There was a dispute as to what was acceptable levels of this product, which I guess is diesel cleaning fluid is basically what it is, or it's a byproduct of that. So what we determined was that when we tracked it down, there wasn't a law that was put into place. There was no one on the federal level that changed anything, but a unelected official had issued a guidance document, and that subsequently caused the state of Missouri, and I'm assuming many other states, to change regulations radically. Do you see that happening in other states?
We do. We've experienced that with our West Virginia project, another one we executed recently in Brandenburg. And I listening to Mr. Hastings describe his project early on, we experienced very similar challenge to what you laid out as well, and the process that he nailed down during his project description.
Yeah, it would seem that we need to do something just universally up here to make a statement or put into the law that Congress, that the federal government, unless it's an act of Congress or somebody who's elected making this decision, the force of an unelected official shouldn't carry the same weight. So I think that we something that we ought to look into. Thank you. My time has expired.